What's up, Kick Squad? It is Papa Eric rant time. I am doing this video just to give you a inside look of kind of some things that I've come to realize over the past few months and even years of just life experience. And granted, I'm not one to give like the end all be all advice, but these are just some things that I've paid attention to and noticed in my own life, and I think it'd go a long way if hopefully it helps someone else out there in the world. But I think the way the world is shaped nowadays is very soft, and the way social media is made and the way you are thinking everything has to be is almost the opposite of the way it needs to be. So what I mean by that is all of us are portraying our image on social media as like our actual personality, where, to be honest, our personality is ourself, and then the things that we post on social media are just things that we've done as a result of our personality. It shouldn't be, hey, let me look cool on social media, so let me post this like video of me going to all these parties or going and kicking these like massive field goals, the one that I made out of the 15 that I tried, because that's giving not only yourself but your coaches and your friends a false perception of who you actually are. And what I mean by that is, if let's say you're posting videos of you having all this fun, going to all these places and these parties, and you're always out and about living life on paper, on your social media, and then you actually get to hang out with some people that you were supposed to meet a long time ago, or you finally came in contact with, and God put these people in your life for a reason, and they saw you as this person that they thought you were like, and then you actually end up being this completely different person who is not even close to your actual perception online. I think what I'm trying to get at there is just be careful about what you put online, because your online posts are a reflection or your resume of who you actually are, or who you think you want to be. So rather, what you should think about doing is, post whatever you want, but just be careful, because in 5 years, you're more than likely going to look back on those pictures, and those aren't going to matter to you anymore. Those moments aren't going to mean a whole lot to you. The moments that will matter are the times that you spent with your friends and family members, in a positive environment, and one that was productive to your future. And I'm not saying that I'm a great example of like who to look at, but I try to post on my personal page things that are big moments in my life. Like, I'll let you guys in on a little personal scoop. I'm married, I have a kid, a newborn even, and I post big moments in my life that are meaningful to me, because I want to go back and have like a journal of things that were really cool to experience, so that I can remember, oh yeah, that was a really, really cool moment. And granted, like, go to parties and stuff, but just be careful about posting that stuff for other people to see, because then you may give off the impression that that's who you actually are. Whenever they meet you, you're not that same person. If hopefully that makes sense. But the other token, the other thing that I wanted to really go on a tangent on is be really aware of like who you're surrounding yourself with, because you are the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And if you're spending your time with really bad people, you're not going to get a great result. Like, you're going to have a lot of bad things happen to you. So if you surround yourself with people who are constantly chasing their dreams and are trying to go for the bigger thing or the next thing, you're going to get better results. You're just going to have a better life, because you're surrounding yourself with the right people. And that's something that I didn't realize until recently, is I had to take a mental check of who am I surrounding myself with, and how can I surround myself with more people like that are positive. And sure enough, my results have become more positive, and I'm living a happier life. And granted, I used to hang out with like plenty of people, plenty of friends, and as the years went on, I started to pay attention to who was actually important in my life and who was just wasting my time. I forget the exact saying, but it's, God puts everyone in your life for a reason, but it's also everyone in your life serves a purpose, and a lot of times their purpose is served, and then you are now on to the next chapter of your life with new people. And there was a time and a place for that person to be in your life, but then it becomes a situation where that person is no longer needed in your life. And it's no harm, no foul. Hopefully they can understand that you have moved on to bigger and better things. And it's not to be shameful towards them or put them in a bad place, but you have goals and dreams and desires that you have to chase, and they have to understand that. And if they don't, then that's perfectly fine, but you can't let them drag you down and hold you back from being the person that you were supposed to be. But that goes directly in tune with no one is coming to save you. So what I mean by that is, myself included, but many people wake up with this thought of, okay, I'm just going to do enough to get noticed by this one person, and then they're going to come help me to get to the next place. Not really. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. You really have to take responsibility for your own actions. Like, your success is your responsibility. And if you grab the reins of your life and you actually take control and you go to where you need to go, and you put in the effort and you do your stretches and you do your workouts and you bust your ass at your job and you study film and you eat right and you work out and you journal and you meditate, like, these are all things that make you the person that you're supposed to be. You know, some people strive more on eating right than they do on working out. Some people don't really like to work out, and that's fine. Just do something to get your heart rate up. You don't have to meditate, you don't have to journal, but you have to do the boring stuff to get to that place that you want to be, because it's not like you can just wake up and say, okay, I'm ready to become successful. Like, it's not just going to fall down on your lap and just be there. Like, it is your responsibility to make it happen. And it was something that a lot of you guys, it's not your fault. You just don't have that experience in life. Like, you're most likely given a lot of things for many years, and then you get halfway through college and you realize, damn, I'm on my own right now. And then it becomes even more present after college. And some of you guys are watching this after college. Some of you guys are watching this before college. Some of you are watching it during. And there isn't like anyone I'm directing this at specifically. I'm just, as a general thesis, no one is coming to save you. Do it your damn self. Like, I'm not going to say the actual song by Russ, but it's called F It, I'll Do It Myself. You know, I'm trying to step back from the cursing, so forgive me, but every now and then I drop an F-bomb, you know, so what? But I freaking love that song, man. I mean, it's a true testament. Like, it's not really, I mean, there's parts of the song that I'm not I don't pay attention to too much, but it's just like the theme is like, dude, I'll do it myself. Like, if I need it done, I'll do it myself. And that's a saying that you hear a lot too, is if you want something done right, do it yourself. And it's so true. Like, take responsibility for whatever it is that you want to do in your life. Figure out what you would want to do in a year from now. See what it would take on a monthly basis to get you closer to that goal. Break it down into like a week and then a day. So for example, let's say I wanted to read 60 books in a year. That was my goal this year. I already surpassed that because I read audiobooks and books throughout the day, just sporadically. So let's say my book goal was 60 books a year. Hopefully you guys can read that okay. I know the light is right in the camera. So 60 books a year. You take 12 months. It's 5 books a month, okay? 5 books a month. Let me get out of the way. 5 books a month. Now, a week, there are 4 weeks in a month. Hopefully my math is still right. Just kidding. No, I squeaked by in math, but got there. So 1.25 books a week. Now, if you really wanted to up the ante, you would do 2 books a week. So, and ultimately, 2 books a week times your 4 weeks times 12 months puts you at 96 total books over the course of an entire year, okay? So, Instead of going 1.25 books a week, you go to 2. 96 books a year. Can you imagine what that would do for you? So what I'm saying is just reverse engineer your goal. Take your goal, break it down into very, very, very small, achievable goals, and then just go for that. Because a lot of people are going to say, hey, you should strive for like the biggest possible goal you can ever think of and then multiply that by 100. I'm not saying that's a bad idea. It's just personally, I love the feeling of, oh, okay, I just accomplished my goal for the week, and then I do it again for another week, and then another week, and then another week. It gets hard after 2 months if you're still not even close to your big audacious goal that you said you were going to accomplish in a year. Like, it can get pretty annoying when you get to the point when you're like, damn, okay, I'm still not even halfway there. But whenever you're doing a weekly goal and you have a 2-book a week goal and you're doing 3 books a week, you're like, okay, I'm doing 50% better than my actual goal, which means that I'll be way farther ahead in a year's time. Okay, now ramble over. Ultimately, choose who your friends are, do it your damn self, and pay attention to what you post on social media. Okay, now I hope that this gave some value to you. If it did, please leave a like, comment what your favorite part was, if anything stuck out to you, and then subscribe to the channel if you feel like you want to hear more of me and see this beautiful face. And then, of course, click the bell notification to get more updates as I post any videos. All right. And then lastly, check out the links below. The Art of Kicking, the ebook and print versions are out now. That's going to cover technique, mindsets, nutritional material, professional kicker and punter, analysis of what they've done to become successful, and many other things. Kicking is more mental than actual technical. So a lot of the stuff that we talk about is mental stuff. But there's plenty of technique, advice, and drills in there as well. So if there is one book that you could read that would make you the best kicker that you could possibly be, this would be the book for you. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Leave me a review if you get it. Let me know what you liked about it. And until next time, talk to you soon.